Everyday people working 9 to 5, saving up that money, trying to survive, investing in the future, trying to be wise, through loving money hero. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nick Johnson, host of Everyday Money Heroes, and I've reached early retirement. I'm here to provide information on how to obtain financial independence and inspire you through sharing stories of everyday people who are turning knowledge into freedom.
That hustle, always reaching for the sky. We wanna be money heroes, never gonna shy.
Hello and welcome to Everyday Money Heroes. We provide information and inspiration to people of all ages to take control of their financial journey. I'm your host, Nick Johnson, and today we are going to talk about Black Friday and how we can actually use Black Friday as a tool to save money all year long. Yes, all year long. It's more than about the actual day after Thanksgiving. So let's talk about it. First of all, before we get into it, I want to ask you all, if you have not subscribed to the channel, if you're watching us on YouTube, that you would do it there. And if you have not followed us on your platform of choice, that you would do that as well. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into uh, the context and kind of history behind, Black Friday. I know most of the time individuals think about, okay, we've enjoyed Thanksgiving, and then the next day is all about shopping. It is the kickoff of the gift giving season. Okay. But I will not say that I have not participated in that as well. I can recall, as a matter of fact, many years ago, standing in a retail store around 5 o'clock in the morning, around a pallet of toys for my oldest boy. And literally, I stood there with my wife, and it was 10 of those toys on that pallet. And I don't remember what number I was, but I was within 10. And as soon as that 11th person came up, we all knew the mission. The mission. We looked at that 11th person and said, "Hey, ain't enough. Too bad, so sad." So I will not say that I have not participated in that type of shopping, but it's a way for us to be able to leverage that and do a little bit more than just buy things. Okay. But let's talk about the origin of Black Friday first. So I like to do a little research and share what I find. So, first of all, from the research that I was able to dig up, I heard that the first recorded use of the term Black Friday had nothing to actually do with shopping. In fact, it dates back to 1869 when two Wall Street financiers decided to basically try to corner the market on gold. That was Jay Gould and James Fisk. Okay. And the scheme caused the market to crash, sending the economy into chaos. The papers called it Black Friday because it was a dark day for American finance. Okay. So if we go from 1869 to 1960s in Philadelphia, police officers used the term Black Friday as well because it was about the day after Thanksgiving, but it described the chaos that happened in the streets because it was jammed with people in the stores. Traffic was a nightmare. It wasn't a celebration at all. It was a warning. There's also some other references to individuals just not calling in to work, or individuals calling in to work after Black Friday or after Thanksgiving. And often the stores were just kind of referred to as Black Friday because people would, calling sick or they would be out of town and wouldn't come back into work. So it was just a real big problem. But what happened is that retailers didn't necessarily like the negative connotation that was around it. So in the 1980s, they decided to do a rebrand. And so they started calling it Black Friday. And they said because this is when the stores actually went from being in the red to being in the black, which is making a profit. I don't really know if that's the case in all actuality. I hate to think that any stores are actually uh, function all year long and don't turn a profit till almost December, but that's kind of what they decided to try to do with the rebrand. Okay. Now, there's also some psychology behind Black Friday, okay? And there are the three P's of spending psychology. First of all, it's pressure. And so they say, limited time offer, only 2 hours left. So they use the pressure angle of psychology. There's also perception. If inflated original prices so discounts look larger. Okay, there are actual times where there will be a price increase and then a drastic decline around that time because the retailers are actually preparing to make those prices seem even more drastic. Then there's actual the pleasure principle that talk about that dopamine hit that people get when you win at a deal. So those are the three P's that come into play when an individual is experiencing the Black Friday phenomenon. Okay, so first of all, here's a statistic from the National Retail Federation. So in 2024, so just last year, they say the 5-day holiday weekend from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday saw an estimated 197 million shoppers. Okay, so that is a lot of consumers out there purchasing things across those 5 days. But the good news about it is that Black Friday can actually teach us how to win financially all year long. Okay. First of all, when we talk about Black Friday, we want to make a spending plan, not a shopping list. Instead of asking what's on sale, ask what have I already decided to buy? And is this the best time to get it? I know right now there are some things right now that I would like to buy. And I'm looking around to see if I'm going to be able to get a good price on it. Now, one of the big things we want to make sure is that we are not financing these purchases. Okay. Will I put on a credit card? Yes. Will I be paying that credit card off in full when the statement comes? Absolutely. So what we want to do is make sure that we are not taking um, taking these purchases and having to pay off interest on those things. Okay. So we want to make sure that we have a spending plan and not a shopping list that flips the power back to us. I want to make sure to track the prices of things so that you actually know that something is actually a good deal. You don't want to pay $100 for an item that may have been $100 in February of this year, went up to $150 this year, and now it's back down to $100. Okay, so we want to understand that we understand the ebb and flow of prices. And there are tools out there like Camel, or Google Shopping that can let you know if it's really a deal. It can kind of track spending over time. I made reference to um, not financing these purchases. So you want to make sure that you have some kind of sinking fund. So just have some money allocated for it, or know that within your budget that you can buy these items and it's not going to cause you any type of issues with doing that. Okay. And also practice intentionality. We talk about intentionality a lot here on uh, this platform. Um, if I have something and I know that it's going out, say for instance, I remember one year we had a TV, and all of a sudden, like these weird vertical lines start coming in it, and I think it was maybe around August. I hope you hang on till Black Friday because that's when I'll get it. So this little thing also, when it comes to televisions, great times to get televisions are Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and also around February during Super Bowl. There are actually some big slashes on prices around televisions, but I digress. So what you want to do is practice intentionality. It's okay to um, incorporate some delayed gratification when it comes to that. Okay. And so, first of all, when we think about Black Friday, most people think about, okay, the TV, the laptop, the power tools, but there are things that we can leverage to help us save all year long that are at a discount during Black Friday. And so that's really the meat of this particular episode here. I want to say, okay, this is the history behind Black Friday. Yeah, some individuals who tried to, corner the gold market. Then, there's a situation in Philadelphia that happened. But ultimately, what we want to do is be able to leverage this to reduce our yearly spend and allow us to continue to achieve our financial goals. Okay, so we're going to talk about some of the things that we can actually purchase on Black Friday that will allow us to save money all year long. So first of all, let's talk about software and subscriptions. Okay. First of all, there are things like our antivirus, our cloud storage, your Google Ones, your Dropboxes, your iClouds, your Office software, Microsoft 365, things like that. If you want to have those types of subscriptions, oftentimes they will provide a discount on Black Friday. One of the things you do want to be mindful of is that typically these discounts, not always, most of the time it requires you to pay the full year in its entirety. There are some that will allow you to do it across every month for 12 months, but most of them say that you need to use it, you need to pay in full that year. Okay. So next thing we want to talk about is fitness and health services. There are some things I know that I want to get. I want to get a DEXA scan, my VO2 measure, and things like that. So what I'm going to do is that I know there are places here in town. I'm going to go to their website and see if they're offering some type of um, discount on Black Friday for that. So I'll be looking at that. Also, some other things that you may be looking at in the area of fitness and health services um, is fitness apps. Some fitness apps, if you use a fitness app, oftentimes they'll have some type of subscription services there. And then other health testing as well. If you want to get a workup as far as your lab work and things like that, oftentimes there are places like Quest or LabCorp. Or there's many places that will actually um, sell discounted packages around those times. Okay. Um, Education and online learning. If you're looking for things like a master class, if there are certain cybersecurity or financial education certifications that you're looking for, really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be specifically cybersecurity. It can be anything. Oftentimes, locations that provide those tests or provide training for those tests will provide some type of discount during those particular times. So if you're like, hey, you know what? If I get this new certification, it's going to allow me to make more money. It'll be a good time for you to look to see if they're providing any type of discounts for those that training or to take those tests during that time. Oftentimes you can find those discounts, anywhere from 50 to 90% off during those particular times. Um, Home and maintenance services. So, for instance, say you want to get pest control. Oftentimes they'll have a discount. Hey, buy pest control, HVAC tune-ups, lawn care, landscaping. There are many places where you can just go and buy a package for that. Say, hey, you know what? I want to go ahead and I want to purchase a HVAC tune-up. And you can go ahead and you can buy it then. But what we want to do is be mindful of those expiration dates. Okay, they say that, do they need to be used 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Make sure that you are really paying close attention to those expiration dates. So basically, I'm saying look at the fine print around those things. Streaming services. That streaming services on Black Friday are great. And usually they'll run their deals between Black Friday to Cyber Monday. I know for a fact in last year, I got Hulu. Now I got Hulu with the ads. I paid $1.99 a month for it. It was a Black Friday deal. I got Peacock last year with commercials because I'm okay with ads. It doesn't bother me. I paid $19.99 for the full year. Okay. And so also there is a concept called two-player mode. I'm going to release an episode in the very near future to talk about two-player modes. As far as like when you use two-player mode, it allows you the opportunity to be reclassified as a new customer because oftentimes these deals are only extended to new customers. And so basically, I'll give a quick example of two-player mode. It's me and my wife. So typically what will happen is that I will purchase something one year, I will cancel it, and then she'll will purchase next year. So usually they classify you, most places will classify you as a new customer after 12 months. And so basically that's just what happens. And that's why they call it two-player mode because it's two people. Okay, so you want those streaming services, so your Netflix, your Hulus, even though they're starting to like bundle like Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN like kind of all together. But there's several streaming services out there that you can use that typically always run Black Friday deals, and you can get some really good stuff there. If you're looking for internet plans, sometimes you can find deals that if you have multiple options around that. Travel and experiences, okay? Um, you can look for hotel packages, theme park tickets, things like that because you may want to take a trip because we talk about being intentional and intentionality takes planning. So okay, do you know that you want to go to this amusement park? You want to go to this show. Look for Black Friday deals. There is a dinner theater here in Jacksonville. They always have a Black Friday deal, and my wife and my kids enjoy going there. So we know that during Black Friday, that's the place we'll be going to look at their website to see what shows are being offered during their Black Friday promotion. Okay? Also, you can look at financial planning and business services. Do you do your taxes yourself? Things like TurboTax, um, QuickBooks. I know I've used QuickBooks before and got a discount on it. Do you have things like domains, GoDaddy's, Bluehost, Hostinger? I use Hostinger for several websites. I haven't don't have issue with it, and they typically always run a promotion for Black Friday. Then budgeting apps, stuff like Monarch Money, YNAB, they typically always have a Black Friday special. Actually, I think I may do Monarch Money this Black Friday because I've been hearing a lot of some pretty good things about it. So I want to give it a shot myself, and so I might as well try it while it's on discount. Um, and probably my favorite out of everything is just restaurant gift cards. Why restaurant gift cards? Uh, Gift cards in general are great because during Black Friday, usually give you a some type of bonus when it comes to it. But restaurant gift cards, because my wife and I, we like to have date nights. We do take the kids out as well. Um, just think about it. If you buy a gift card for a $50 gift card and they decide to give you uh, $10. So if you get $10 on that, that is a 20% return on that $50. Okay, 20%. That's a pretty great return. Okay. And so the thing is, if you buy a $50 gift card, you get a $10 bonus. Then on top of that, then you can take those gift cards because they treat those gift cards as cash. Then you can stack them on top of other promotions. So it is really common for my wife and I to go. We know the places that we like. We go there on Black Friday, and we will buy the gift cards that they have. We have a little. My wife keeps track of all the gift cards, so she has an envelope. And so what will happen is that literally whenever we get ready to go out, we'll look inside of our gift cards, and we will be able to go ahead and see, okay, what deal do we have? And then we can take those gift cards, like I said before, and then stack it. So say for instance, we bought a gift card from a particular restaurant, then they have another deal going on. We're able to take that discounted gift card and then use it on that current promotion. And they treat it just like cash. Okay. And so that's why I personally like gift cards because it's that immediate return on investment where if I give you 50 bucks, I can get 20% or even sometimes it's better than that. I sometimes I see, spend 100, get, 25 back. That's 25%. So it is really good. And then, if you use on a credit card that you're going to pay the balance off, you may also then get some type of points with that as well. So it's just a win-win situation there. So, but with gift cards, it's just like real cash. So make sure to keep track of them. And so that's kind of something that my wife is really good at. So she keeps track of all the gift cards. So we're actually going to have a show coming up soon where we're going to talk about the benefits of using gift cards and how we can really use it to get more out of our money. Okay. And so this conversation or this time that we've had here today, it's not about Black Friday just being about consumerism. Um, is it kind of taken out of, blown out of proportion sometimes? Absolutely. But we can utilize it to really save us money all year long. Because if you think about it, um, is one day, Black Friday, that is one day, where everyone suddenly becomes strategic about money. It's like, okay, the other 360 plus days out of the year, oftentimes people don't really think about money, but they become strategic. You'll have individuals sit down and they will, lay out all of the ads. They'll say, okay, I'm going from this store to that store to this store to that store. I'm going to buy this, buy that, buy that. We can compare prices, plan ahead, and hunt for the best values. But we can do that all year long, okay? Imagine if we did that 365 days a year, okay? So that's how people go from living check to living free. The same discipline that helps you score a deal on Black Friday can help you negotiate your bills, time your car, home repairs, plan vacations at off-peak times, and even invest when the market's on sale. So if you can plan for a sale, you can plan for success. All right. So this year, don't just hunt for deals, hunt with discipline on how you can go ahead and save more money all year long. The real win isn't the TV you got half off, it's learning how to think like a saver and not a spender. You know, if this video has helped you see Black Friday in a new light, please drop a comment below. Uh, Please tell me, one thing you're going to do this year to save smarter during Black Friday that will allow you to save money all year long. And if you want to turn those one-day savings into long-term wealth, make sure to subscribe so we can go ahead and hear additional insights as far as how we can all become money heroes. As I said at the top of this episode, I'm Nick Johnson. And as always, I'm going to remind you to trust the process. Have a great day.